Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Monday, October 16th, 2023. Big show for a Monday. NFL, look ahead to Monday Night Football, college football, MLB League Championship Series, WNBA Finals, NHL, soccer, golf, NASCAR, NBA point guard rankings, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start with football. We'll go over the results from Sunday, and we have Monday Night Football tonight. From London, Ravens over the Titans 24-16. Commanders over the Falcons 24-16. Bengals over the Seahawks 17-13. Jaguars over the Colts 37-20. Dolphins over the Panthers 42-21. Vikings over the Bears 19-13. Browns over the 49ers 19-17. Texans over the Saints 20-13. Raiders over the Patriots 21-17. Lions over the Buccaneers 20-6. Rams over the Cardinals 26-9. Jets over the Eagles 20-14. And the Bills over the Giants 14-9 in a game where both teams did everything they could to lose. But at the same time, there was a non-pass interference non-holding call in the end zone on Darren Waller at the end of the game, which gifted the Bills the win at the same time. So, ugly game last night between those two teams, but the Bills and their fans should say a win is a win. All right, tonight, 8:15, ABC and ESPN, Cowboys-Chargers. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman on the call. First time the Cowboys are on Monday Night Football this year. I need to pull up my projections. For my projections, I have the Cowboys by 1, total 48 and 9/20. No Trayvon Diggs, obviously out for the year. No Corey Linsley, no Mike Williams. So that's where we get to the 1 for Dallas. And it is 1.5 and 50.5. I like the under. I think that the Cowboy defense will play better. The Chargers, if Bosa plays, I think the Cowboys are going to run all over the Chargers. So that's why I think a lot of clock will be being shredded, and that is a good case for the unders. So I like under 50.5 for the game. And who's going to win? Probably Dallas because of the injuries on the Chargers, but we'll see. All we know is that the game won't be decided at the 2-minute warning. That's for sure. So it should be an interesting game tonight, to say the least. Okay, college football. We'll go over all the results from the weekend. Next week's loaded, by the way. Can't wait for next week. But we'll talk about that when it gets here, and we have games tomorrow too. All right, Friday, Tulane over Memphis 31-21, Fresno State over Utah State 37-32, Stanford upsets Colorado 46-43 in double overtime as Colorado comes back, or Stanford comes back from 29-0 down. They were down. Yes. The second half was all Stanford. And that was Stanford's best win in years. Saturday, number 1 Georgia over Vandy 37-20. Number 2 Michigan over Indiana 52-7. Number 3 Ohio State over Purdue 41-7. Number 4 Florida State over Syracuse 41-3. Number 11 Alabama over Arkansas 24-21. Rutgers over Michigan State 27-24. Iowa State over Cincinnati 30-10. North Texas over Temple 45-14. James Madison over Georgia Southern 41-13. Eastern Michigan over Kent State 28-14. Navy over Charlotte 14-0. Toledo over Ball State 13-6. Number 16 Utah over Cal 34-14. Number 6 Penn State over UMass 63-zip. Number 7, Washington over number 8, Oregon, 36-33, and what was the game of the day. Number 19, Tennessee over Texas A&M, 20-13. Oklahoma State upsets number 23, Kansas, 39-32. Troy over Army, 19-zip. Illinois over Maryland, 27-24. Florida over South Carolina, 41-39. Vatech over Wake, 30-13. TCU over BYU, 44-11. That's impressive. Florida Atlantic over South Florida, 56-14. That's also impressive. Central Michigan over Akron, 17-10. Bowling Green over Buffalo, 24-14. Miami of Ohio over Western Michigan, 34-21. Iowa over Wisconsin, 15-6. Northern Illinois over Ohio, 23-13. UNLV over Nevada, 45-27. San Jose State over New Mexico, 52-24. Pitt upsets number 14, Louisville, 38-21. Arizona wins big, not just upsets, but wins big at number 19, Wazoo, 44-6. So Wazoo is an absolute fraud. Number 22, LSU over Auburn, 48-18. Kansas State over Texas Tech, 38-21. Georgia State over Marshall, 41-24. Texas State over Yale Monroe, 21-20. Air Force over Wyoming, 34-27. Number 21, Notre Dame over number 10, USC, 48-20. That's the worst I've seen Caleb Williams play. Number 12, North Carolina over number 25, Miami, 41-31. Missouri upsets number 24, Kentucky, 38-21. Number 15, Oregon State over number 18, UCLA, 36-24. Number 17, Duke over North Carolina State, 24-3. UTSA over UAB, 41-20. Colorado State over Boise State, 31-30. San Diego State over Hawaii, 41-34. All right, Major League Baseball League Championship Series. We had a Game 1 yesterday, and then tonight we have a Game 1 and a Game 2. The Rangers defeat the Astros 2-0 to take a 1-0 series lead. Getting the win was Jordan Montgomery. The loss, Justin Verlander, Jose Leclerc the save. The 2 runs at top of the second, RBI single by Jonah Heim. Then the top of the 5th, home run, the right center by Leody Taveras. Montgomery, 6 in the third, 5 innings, no earned runs, a walk, 6 strikeouts. He's been awesome this postseason. And Verlander, 6 and 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. All right, first game, 4:30 on Fox and Fox Sports 1, Rangers Astros. It should be on Fox 1. But it could be wrong. The Astros minus 130, the Rangers are plus 110, over under 8.5, over is even money, under is minus 122. Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 196, Astros minus 1.5 is plus 162. It's Nady Eovaldi and Framber Valdez. Should be a good game. So for here, I think this is a super low-scoring game. One of these teams is going to go under their total runs. I just don't know who it's going to be. I think this is a 3-2 game either way. And I think the more likely team I know Framber in the regular season wasn't very good. And in Game 2, the Twin Series, he stunk. I am going to take the under 3.5 Astro runs at plus 120. But what I really want to bet is 3-2 Astros. That's 20-1. For correct score. That's also fun. It's like a bonus bet. And then tonight at 8 o'clock on TBS, Game 1 from Philadelphia between the Diamondbacks and the Phillies. I'm happy to see the Phillies have home field advantage in the series. Good on baseball by changing the rules. So the team with a better record has home field, considering the D-backs won its division. And the Phillies... Or no, I'm sorry. The Phillies are the top wild card. The D-backs did not win its division. It won its divisional series. Obviously, the Dodgers won its division. Because somebody mentioned the D-backs have home, but I'm like, no, they don't. But that makes sense if Philadelphia's home. They have the better record. But I remember that scenario took place where a team with a weaker record had home field advantage. I just don't remember where that was taking place. Anyway, Zach Wheeler, Zach Gallen. So it's the battle of the Zacks. The Phils are minus 162. The D-backs are plus 136. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 1.2. Unders minus 120. D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 156. Phils minus 1.5 is plus 130. I'm going to this the same area. I'm going under 3.5 Phillies runs plus 116. I think this is a 3-2 game regardless. I don't know who wins. But I think the Zacks will pitch well. But I just don't know who will win. As I just don't think the Diamondbacks are going to actually win the game. So the better bet would be take the under Philly runs. Okay. WNBA Finals. Yesterday was Game 3. As the Liberties stave off elimination with an 87-73 victory to force a Game 4. Jonquel Jones, 27 points in the win. Kelsey Plum at 29 in defeat. Brianna Stewart, 8 for 16, 12 boards. Courtney Vandersloot, 5 for 10. Ionescu's been terrible in this series. 3-9 shooting. And then Benesia Laney, 12 points. And then on the aces, we talked about Plum. She was the best ace yesterday. Aja stunk. She had 16. Chelsea Gray had 11. Jackie Young stunk. She had 8. And then they didn't have Kansas Park out yesterday because of the foot injury. So you could argue that cost Vegas a sweep. But at the same time, you could argue, well, the Liberty probably still win without her. So good argument to be had there. So Game 4 is Wednesday. We'll preview and pick that on the podcast then. All right, the NHL over the weekend. Some interesting results. And we'll look ahead to the slate for tonight. So we'll begin with Friday night. Only 2 games. Coyotes over the Devils 4-3 in a shootout, and the Penguins over the Capitals 4-0. And then Saturday, Senators over the Flyers 5-2, Jets over the Panthers 6-4, Bruins over the Predators 3-2, Maple Leafs over the Wild 7-4, Canadiens over the Blackhawks 3-2, Blue Jackets over the Rangers 5-3, Red Wings over the Lightning 6-4, Penguins over the Flames 5-2, Islanders over the Sabres 3-2, Canucks over the Oilers 4-3 again, Blues over the Kraken 2-1 in the shootout, Golden Knights over the Ducks 4-1, Avs over the Sharks 2-1 in the shootout, and the Hurricanes over the Kings 6-5 in a shootout. And then yesterday, Senators over the Lightning 5-2, and the Ducks over the Hurricanes 6-3. So 2 whack results from yesterday. Only 5 games tonight. First up, 7 o'clock from the Garden, Coyotes Rangers home opener, coming off a loss. Coyotes, they're coming off the win at New Jersey. New Jersey should have won that game, to be fair. Surprising that New Jersey lost that game. The Rangers are probably monster favorites, probably minus 200. Yup, minus 225. Coyotes plus 184, over under 6.5. Overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Coyotes plus 1.5 is minus 128. Rangers minus 1.5 is plus 106. Should the Rangers be minus 225? I don't think so. The Coyotes, you could argue, do have some value, but I just don't see the Blue Shirts drop in their home opener. Shesterkin will be a net. I like the under. I think the Rangers bounce back from the Columbus loss. A lot of challenges going against them in that game. They just lost momentum and it unraveled. So I think the Rangers bounce back. But the play is going to be under 6.5, minus 105. Blackhawks, Maple Leafs. So Bedard at Austin Matthews. The Maple Leafs are minus 350. That's insane. The Blackhawks are plus 275. Over under 6.5. Over is minus 128. Under is plus 104. Chicago plus 1.5 is plus 122. Leafs minus 1.5 is minus 146. I am taking Chicago plus 1.5 and plus 122. I know the Blackhawks don't have a win, but they've been competitive. They should have beat the, you could argue they should have at least lost by only one goal at Boston. I don't think they should have beaten Boston, but they should have, that game should have been a 1-goal game. So I'm going to take the Blackhawks plus 1.5 and plus 122. Panthers, Devils. Devils minus 188. Panthers plus 155. Over under 6.5. Over is minus 134. Under is plus 110. Panthers plus 1.5 is minus 152. Devils minus 1.5 is plus 126. The Panthers have a lot of value, but they do have a lot of injuries. So I'm going to stay away from the Panthers money line. There's 3 money lines that are all intriguing, but I just don't think either the Rangers or the Devils are going to lose. The team goals is not on the board. So for this one, I'm going to go under 6.5 goals plus 110. I think this is like a 3-2 game, and maybe there's an empty netter. Flyers, Capitals. It's so weird that all 5 games have 7 o'clock start times. Or Flames, Capitals. I'm sorry. The Flames are slight favorites, minus 115. The Caps are minus 104, over under 6.5. Overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Flames minus 1.5 is plus 2.5. Caps plus 1.5 is minus 255. Capitals lost their first game home against Pittsburgh. Flames are 1-1. I just think the Flames are better than the Capitals, so I'm going to take them at minus 115 as a short road favorite. And last but not least, Red Wings, Blue Jackets. Both teams are 1-1. The Red Wings are minus 125. The Jackets are plus 104. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 140. Unders plus 112. Detroit minus 1.5 is plus 180. Columbus plus 1.5 is minus 220. I'm going to take Columbus as a home dog at plus 104. I like how they took advantage of the challenges against the Rangers and they come out and win. I think these two teams are closer to even than you think. So I'm taking Columbus at plus 104 to knock off Detroit. All right, now I'll move on to soccer. We will go over some results and look ahead to anything going on today. All right, Women's Soccer League. Today's the final day of the regular season. Angel City over Portland 5-1. The Reign over Chicago 3-0. Gotham KC 2-2 draw. Orlando over Houston 1-0. San Diego over Louisville 2-0. And North Carolina over Washington 1-0. Euro Championship qualifying. We have a lot of that today. So, we'll start from Thursday. Latvia over Armenia 2-0. Kosovo over Andorra 3-0. Albania over Czech Republic 3-0. Spain over Scotland 2-0. Belarus, Romania 0-0 draw. Poland over Faroe Islands 2-0. Norway over Cyprus 4-0. Turkey over Croatia 1-0. Friday. Azerbaijan over Estonia 2-0. Bosnia Herz over Liechtenstein 2-0. France over Netherlands 2-1. Iceland and Luxembourg 1-1 draw. Greece over Republic Island 2-0. Portugal over Slovakia 3-2. And Belgium over Austria 3-2. Saturday. North Ireland over San Marino 3-0. Ukraine over North Macedonia 2-0. Slovenia over Finland 3-0. Lithuania over Bulgaria 2-0. Italy over Malta 4-0. Denmark over Kazakhstan 3-1. Hungary over Serbia 2-1. Sunday, Georgia over Cyprus 4-0. Switzerland, Belarus 3-3 draw. Czech Republic over Faroe Islands 1-0. Poland over Moldova. I'm sorry, that was a 1-1 draw. Spain over Norway 1-0. Romania over Andorra 4-0. Wales over Croatia 2-1. Turkey over Latvia 4-0. And of course, Kosovo, Israel postponed. All right. More group stage games. Today, 12 o'clock, you have Azerbaijan and Austria. I'm going to see if these are posted. Yes. Austria minus 330. Azerbaijan 8-1. The draws plus 410. I'm going to do under 2.5 goals plus 120. 245 Luxembourg and Slovakia. Slovakia plus 105, Luxembourg plus 280, the draws plus 210. I like how both these teams looked. I'm going to go with the draw plus 210. Iceland and Liechtenstein. Iceland's minus 3,000, Liechtenstein 65-1, the draw 17-1. I'm going to go under 3.5 goals plus 110. I like that a lot. Greece and the Netherlands. Netherlands minus 110, Greece plus 320, draw plus 230. I'm going to go with the Dutch at minus 110. Gibraltar and Republic Island. Ireland minus 1,900. Gibraltar plus 4,000. The draw's 12-1. I'm going to do over 3.5 goals plus 110. Belgium, Sweden. Belgium minus 155, Sweden plus 400, the draws plus 270. I like under 2.5 goals plus 110. Bosnia Herzegovina, Portugal. Portugal minus 20, Bosnia plus 550, the draw plus 330. I like under 2.5 goals again here at plus 110. Next we'll do the friendlies from the weekend. So Friday, Japan over Canada 4-0 or 4-1. South Korea over Tunisia 4-0. Uzbekistan over Vietnam 2-0. Malaysia over India 4-2. Angola and Mozambique 1-1 draw. Ecuador, Guinea and Burkina Faso 0-0 draw. Qatar and Iraq 0-0 draw, but Qatar wins 6-5 on penalties. Guinea over Guinea-Bissau 1-0. New Zealand, Congo, DR 1-1 draw. Saudi Arabia and Nigeria 2-2 draw. South Africa and Eswatini 0-0 draw. Iran over Jordan 3-1. England over Australia 1-0. Mali over Uganda 1-0. And Vanuatu over New Guinea 1-0. All right, Saturday. Solomon Islands over New Caledonia 1-0. Benin and Sierra Leone 1-1 draw. Nigeria over Somalia 3-0. Ivory Coast, Morocco 1-1 draw. Libya over Liberia 3-2. Mauritania over Madagascar 2-1. Germany over USA 3-1. Mexico over Ghana 2-0. Zimbabwe and Botswana canceled, and Senegal and Mali canceled. All right, Sunday, Philippines over Kyrgyz Republic 1-0, and Sudan and Tanzania 1-1 draw. Going on right now, China is up 1-0 on Uzbekistan. 10 o'clock, they have Botswana and Eswatini. So we do have some up. Botswana minus 105, Eswatini plus 340, draw plus 185. Go with the draw plus 185. 11 o'clock, Mozambique and Nigeria. I don't see that one up. Egypt and Algeria is up, though. Algeria plus 150, Egypt plus 190, draw plus 190. I'm going with Egypt plus 150. Or Algeria. Kenya, Russia's not up. And then Senegal, Cameroon is up, though. Senegal minus 120, Cameroon plus 330, draw plus 220. For this one, I'm going to do over 2.5 goals at plus 118. And a couple early tomorrow morning. At 6 o'clock, Japan, Tunisia. 7 o'clock, South Korea, Vietnam. 8 o'clock, Angola and Congo DR. Guinea-Bissau, Togo. Mauritania and Burkina Faso. Somalia and Sierra Leone. UAE and Lebanon. A couple of 9 o'clocks, Cape Verde, Comoros Islands. Malaysia and Pakistan and North Macedonia and Armenia. CONCACAF Nations League. We'll do Thursday until now. St. Kitts over St. Martin 3-2. Dominica and Virgin Islands B 1-1 draw. Suriname, Haiti 1-1 draw. Jamaica over Grenada 4-1. Bonaire over Anguilla 2-0. St. Lucia over Guadalupe 2-1. Cuba, Honduras 0 draw Friday. Nicaragua over Montserrat 3-0. French Guinea over St. Vincent 4-1. Panama over Curacao 2-1. Martinique over El Salvador 1-0. Dominican Republic over Barbados 5-0. Trinidad over Guatemala 3-2. Bermuda over Belize 1-0. Saturday, Aruba over Virgin Islands 3-1. Guyana over Puerto Rico 3-1. And Antigua Barbuda over Bahamas 4-1. And then Sunday, Guadalupe over St. Lucia 2-0. St. Martin over St. Kitts 1-0. Jamaica over Haiti 3-2. Honduras over Cuba 4-0. And Suriname over Grenada 4-0. 5 games tonight. In group play, 4 o'clock, you have St. Martin and Anguilla. I don't see one for that either. And then Turks and Caicos and Virgin Islands is also at 4. I'm going to say St. Martin wins and Turks and Caicos wins. 7 o'clock, French Guiana and St. Vincent. French Guiana minus 90, St. Vincent 7-1, the draws plus 410. We're going to do over 3.5 goals at plus 158. 8 o'clock, DR and Barbados. DR's minus 1450, Barbados is 29-1, the draws plus 950. We're going to do over 3.5 goals at minus 110. And then 10 o'clock, you have Nicaragua and Montserrat. Nicaragua's minus 1,000. Montserrat's 23-1. The draw's 7-1. We're going to do over 3.5 goals at plus 116. And then English Women's Soccer League. Saturday, Chelsea over West Ham 2-0. Sunday, Man United, Leicester 1-1 draw. Man City over Bristol City 5-0. Arsenal over Aston Villa 2-1. Tottenham over Brighton 3-1. And Everton over Liverpool 1-0. And then MLS from Saturday. Only 3 games. Dallas, Colorado 1-1 draw. Nashville over New England 3-2. Galaxy, Salt Lake 2-2 draw. And then decision day looks like it's shaping up to be on Saturday. So we got to keep our eyes on that and the future we placed last week. All right, now we'll move on to golf. We will go over the results from the Shriners Children's Open. Your winner of this event with a score of 20 under, Tom Kim. Coming in second with 19 under, Adam Hadwin. Tied for third with 18 under, JT Potson, Eric Cole, Taylor Pendrith, Alex Noren. Tied for 7th with 17 under. Cam Davis, Jason Hadley, B. Hosser, Kyungwoo Lee, Joel Dahlman, and Isaiah Salinda. Tied for 13th with 16 under. Ryan Moore, Lucas Griffin, Ludwig Gayberg, Vincent Whaley, Nate Taylor, Tyler Duncan was in the tie for 18th to 15 under with Adam Svensson, Luke Litz, Cam Champ, Michael Kim. Tied for 23rd with 14 under. Callum Tarrant, F. Van Royen, Kelly Kraft. Tied for 26th with 13 under. Matthias Schmidt and Harry Hall. Tied for 28th with 12 under. Ben Taylor, Aaron Ray, Sam Ryder, Grayson Singh, Matt Wallace, Davis Riley, and Nicholas Lindheim. Tied for 35th with 11 under. Austin Smotherman, Taylor Montgomery, Adam Long, Davis Thompson, Ashke Bahita, Henrik Norlander, and Brett Grant. Tied for 42nd with 10 under. Zach Blair, Nate Lashley, Matthew Neesmith, Scott Piercy. Tied for 46 with 9 under. Chad Ramsey, Scott Stevens, J.J. Spawn, Pat Kazir, Grayson Higo, Webb Simpson. Tied for 52nd with 8 under. Brent Snecker, Yixon Lin, and Yuan Yachun. 55th with 7 under. Nate Hardy. Tied for 56 with 6 under. Corson Ziedenhout, Arison Endicott, Justin Sue, Nicholas Hojard, Alex Molly, Trevor Werblow, and Alonso Goya. 63rd alone at 3 under. Matthias Schwab. Tied for 64th with 2 under. Hayden Buckley, Troy Merritt. Tied for 66th with 1 under. Doc Redmond and Jason Duffner. 68th with 3 over. James Hong among those cut. Of note, Austin Eckroat, Mark Hubbard, Scott Stallings, Charlie Hoffman, Ben Martin, Austin Cook, Doug Gim, Will Gordon, Adam Schenk, Ryan Palmer, Robbie Shelton, Nicholas Echevarria, Lucas Herbert, Kevin Twice, Stuart Sink, Martine Land, Sichu Deng, Robert Streb, Emiliano Grillo, Richie Rensky, Trevor Cohn, Taylor Hogue, Augusto Nunez, Victor Norman, Justin Lauer, Andrew Novak, Logan Thompson, MJ Daffey, Ben Griffin, Andrew Landry, Jimmy Walker, Cameron Hagok, Dylan Wu, Dylan Fratelli, CAU, Saigu Kim, SH Kim, Russell Knox, Brian Stord, Robert Brem, Max McGreevy, Kevin Roy, Chesser V, Adam Putnam, Carson Young, Tyson Alexander, Ryan Moore, Kevin Strillman, Michael Glidgick, Scott Harrington, Peter Quest, Harry Higgs, Davis Lipsky, Peter Malnati, Tanner Gainey, Paul Haley, Nate Watney, Kevin Westmoreland, and withdrawing CT Bond, Joaquin Herman, and Patrick Rogers. Okay, now move on to NASCAR from the weekend as they were racing in Vegas. So Saturday Xfinity Series results. Your winner, Riley Herbst. About time, Riley Herbst. Second, John Hunter Nemechek. Third, Cole Custer. Fourth, Chandler Smith. Fifth, Sam Meyer. Sixth, Justin Allgaier. Seventh, Austin Hill. Eighth, Brendan Jones. Ninth, Tanner Hemrick. 10th, Lane Riggs. The rest, Myatt Snyder, Josh Berry, Parker Kligerman, Parker Retzlaff, Sheldon Creed, Ryan Sieg, Sammy Smith, Kyle Sieg, Connor Mozak, Ryan Reed, Daniel Dye, Jeb Burton, Roger Carruth, Brett Moffitt, Brennan Poole, Stephon Parsons, Ryan Ellis, Blaine Perkins, C.J. McLaughlin, Jeremy Clements, Dawson Cram, Joey Gase, Josh Williams, Anthony Alfredo, Kaz Gralla, Kyle Weatherman, Joe Graff Jr., and Parker Emling. And the Cup Series from Vegas yesterday, your winner, Kyle Larson. Second, Chris Bell. Third, Kyle Busch. Fourth, Brad Keselowski. That was my pick. Fifth, Ross Chastain. Sixth, William Byron. Seventh, Tyler Riddick. Eighth, Martin Truex Jr. Ninth, Denny Hamlin. 10th, Chris Buescher. The rest, Joey Logano, Bubba Wallace, Eric Almirola, Daniel Suarez, Kevin Harvick, Michael McDowell, Austin Dillon, Corey LaJoie, Harrison Burton, AJ Allmendinger, Justin Haley, Austin Cindric, Ty Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ryan Preece, Todd Gilliland, Eric Jones, J.J. Yaley, Brendan Poole, B.J. McGlade, Chase Elliott, Chase Briscoe, Ty Gibbs, Alex Bowman, Carson Osvar, and Ryan Blaney was disqualified. Yikes. Right, next weekend is Homestead, Miami for all 3 leagues. So Truck and Xfinity back-to-back Saturday, and then The 22nd is Cup. And now that's Martinsville for Xfinity and Cup. And then the first weekend in November is the championship from Phoenix. All right, now we'll do NBA point guard rankings for the season. I write the top 3 point guards on each team's depth chart. And that's how we rock with these rankings. 90, Vasiliji Mitchik, Thunder. 89, Ryan Rollins, Wizards. 88, Carlik Jones, Bulls. 87, Jordan Goodwin, Suns. 86, Dalton Bolton, Celtics. 85, Brandon Boston, Clippers. 84, Jordan McLaughlin, Timberwolves. 83, Chris Dunn, Jazz. 82, Colby Jones, Kings. 81, Traquavion Smith, 76ers. 80, Andre Jackson, Bucks. 79, Jalen Pickett, Nuggets. 78, Blake Wesley, Spurs. 77, Keontae George, Jazz. 76, Jalen Hood Schifino, Lakers. 75, Kobe Buffkin, Hawks. 74, Kira Lewis, Pelicans. 73, Malachi Flynn, Raptors. 72, Cason Wallace, Thunder. 71, Miles McBride, Knicks. 70, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Timberwolves. 69, Cody Martin, Hornets. 68, DeLon Wright, Wizards. 67, RJ Hampton, Heat. 66, Corey Joseph, Warriors. 65, Dante Exum, Mavericks. 64, Javon Carter, Bulls. 63, Aaron Holiday, Rockets. 62, Ty Jerome, Cavaliers. 61, Frank Ntilikina, Hornets. 60, Killian Hayes, Pistons. 59, Tyus Jones, Wizards. 58, Anthony Black, Magic. 57, Davion Mitchell, Kings. 56, John Conchar, Grizzlies. 55, Kobe White, Bulls. 54, Jalen Suggs, Magic. 53, Devontae Graham, Spurs. 52, Dennis Smith Jr., Nets. 51, TJ McConnell, Pacers. 50, Cam Payne, Bucks. 49, DeAnthony Melton, Sixers. 48, Ricky Rubio, Cavaliers. 47, Ben Simmons, Nets. 46, Trey Jones, Spurs. 45, Patty Mills, Hawks. 44, Jose Alvarado, Pelicans. 43, Andrew Nembhard, Pacers. 42, Skylar Mays, Trailblazers. 41, Amen Thompson, Rockets. 40, Bones Highland, Clippers. 39, Eric Gordon, Suns. 38, Derrick Rose, Grizzlies. 37, Colin Sexton, Jazz. 36, Markelle Fultz, Magic. 35, Gabe Vincent, Lakers. 34, Monte Morris, Pistons. 33, Reggie Jackson, Nuggets. 32, Spencer Dinwiddie, Nets. 31, Kyle Lowry, Heat. 30, Russell Westbrook, Clippers. 29, Dennis Schroeder, Raptors. 28, Emmanuel Quickley, Knicks. 27, Seth Curry, Mavericks. 26, Derek White, Celtics. 25, Mike Conley, Timberwolves. 24, Malcolm Brogdon, Trailblazers. 23, Cade Cunningham, Pistons. 22, Chris Paul, Warriors. 21, D'Angelo Russell, Lakers. 20, Tyler Herro, Heat. 19, Fred VanVleet, Rockets. 18, CJ McCollum, Pelicans. 17, Scotty Barnes, Raptors. 16, Scoot Henderson, Trailblazers. 15, LaMelo Ball, Hornets. 14, Darius Garland, Cavaliers. 13, Kyrie Irving, Mavericks. 12, Tyrese Maxey, 76ers. 11, Jalen Brunson, Knicks. 10, Tyrese Halliburton, Pacers. 9, Jamal Murray, Nuggets. 8, Trae Young, Hawks. 7, Drew Holiday, Celtics. 6, De'Aaron Fox, Kings. 5, John Morant, Grizzlies. 4, Devin Booker, Suns. 3, Damian Lillard, Bucks. 2, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Thunder. And number 1, of course, Stephen Curry, Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry has to be number 1 on this list, bar none. Luka Doncic is a shooting guard, not a point guard this year. So, it's Curry, and it's no doubt about it. SGA has emerged as the number 2, in my opinion. He's just so good. And he really is a franchise leader, let alone franchise player. Damian Lillard, big get for the Bucks. I think Dame is still awesome, and I think he'll be motivated this year. Devin Booker gets better and better every year. John Morant suspended to start the season, obviously. We'll see how he does. De'Aaron Fox made a big leap this past year. I love Drew Holiday. I think he is amazing. Trae Young, really a offensive force. Halliburton, I think, is only going to get better. Jalen Brunson, you could argue, belongs in the top 10, as does Tyrese Maxey at this point. But two awesome point guards have to be out of the top 10, right? Even guys in the teams are either awesome or were awesome or going to be awesome. So, point guard's pretty deep. So, there you have it. My 2023-24 NBA season point guard rankings. Alright, news and notes is a lot. We're going to go as fast as possible. So, the big story from yesterday is that Suzanne Summers passed away at the age of 76. Best known for being in Three's Company. Thoughts and prayers to Suzanne Summers' family, her friends, and colleagues and peers. Very sad news that dropped yesterday afternoon. So obviously that Sunday night game ended on a controversial call. And the fans were going ballistic. Listen, if that was Travis Kelce, they throw the flag. Let's be honest. That's the only tight end that gets that flag. And that's it. End the list. And heck, he's probably the only player that gets that flag at this point. And it has nothing to do with Taylor Swift. It has to do with the fact that he's the star tight end on the team that just won the Super Bowl with the best quarterback in the NFL. And then the Giants, what really cost them the game, in my opinion, was not getting points before halftime. There was a run call at the goal line, and they didn't have time to put up a play, and then Brian Daboll was furious at Tyrod Taylor. I mean, if they throw, maybe they get a field goal there, and then maybe we're talking about, or maybe they get a touchdown there if they throw, and then maybe we're talking about Gano for the win. But who knows, maybe Gano misses the field goal, and we're talking about the Giants choking yet again. But a lot of controversy in this game for sure, for both sides. The Bills looked awful. The Giants are one of the worst teams in football. So yeah. Justin Pugh had a funny intro. How NBC does the intros, and he goes, Justin Pugh off the couch. Because that was his first game of the year. He's literally at the couch. The Bears, the Bills, the Giants, and the Vikings had top executives watching Caleb Williams and other players in USC Notre Dame. Sean Payton screwed up in that Broncos-Chiefs game, as he said he didn't know it was fourth down when calling timeout before the Chiefs' 60-yard field goal. And then there's more crazy stuff in that Giants game last night. Saquon Barkley came back, which was good news for them. Big reason why they were lingering to win that game, in my opinion. So Damian Harris gave a thumbs up as he was taken in an ambulance. He had some back injury, and that was pretty scary to see. Justin Fields dislocated his thumb as he's having an MRI to determine severity of damage. Is this a tanking move by the Bears? Maybe. Just maybe. Jimmy Garoppolo was rushed to take us to the hospital with a back injury. That's not great for Vegas. But they still wound up winning the game anyway. And then Matt Eberflus said no bone break for Justin Fields, so that's good. The 49ers lost their first game of the season yesterday, but a big reason why is that both Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey were ruled out of the game with different injuries. McCaffrey oblique and Samuel shoulder. Ryan Tannehill exited the game in London against the Ravens because of an ankle injury. Malik Willis came in. Jalen Ramsey is ahead of schedule as he could play sometime next month. Wow, that's humongous for Miami's defense. Devin Achane to return Week 11 against the Raiders, so that is good news for the Dolphins too. Anthony Richardson considering surgery as he might get season-ending shoulder surgery for damaged AC joint. That's sad for Indy. Very sad because they're fun with Richardson. They're really fun, and Minshew obviously did not look good yesterday. Deshaun Watson's return is unclear as he hasn't been cleared to play due to rotator cuff injury. There's a lot of quarterback injuries right now. Daniel Jones, Deshaun Watson, Garoppolo. But it's all mediocre or below average quarterbacks, though, depending on how you feel about Watson. Sauce Gardner missed the game yesterday against the Eagles with a concussion. Matt Judon placed on IR as Malik Cunningham and Tyquan Thornton were elevated to the 53-man roster for the Pats. Justin Jefferson likely out 4 to 6 weeks due to the hamstring. That's brutal for many. Wow, 3 Bears running backs were ruled out during the game yesterday. Khalil Herbert, Rashawn Johnson, and Travis Homer were all out against the Vikings. And then next up was Deontay Foreman, who's good, and Darrynton Evans. And then Khalil Herbert on IR because of his ankle injury. Miles Sanders did not play against the Dolphins. It was Chuba Hubbard. We talked about Daniel Jones missing the game for the Giants against the Bills. Tyrod Taylor started that game. Do they win with Jones yesterday? Maybe. Because who knows? Maybe Jones doesn't make that blunder. But then again, maybe he throws an interception. So you could argue the Giants win with Jones. But I'll tell you what, he doesn't get that flag in the end zone. Like I said, only Travis Kelce gets that flag. And his name's not Travis Kelce. A big reason why the Eagles lost yesterday was because they did not have their standout rookie defensive tackle, Jalen Carter, as he sprained his ankle, and Darius Slay had a knee injury, so he missed the game as well. Bill Belichick slammed his tablet after losing to the Raiders. I don't blame him. Mac Jones could be on a short leash as the Pats can turn to another quarterback after a poor opening few series. Honestly, wouldn't be shocked if Malik Cunningham was given a shot there. The Chiefs are in talks to bring back Frank Clark. That'd be an interesting homecoming. Josh McDaniels could be in trouble as The Athletic reported. As the Broncos cut Frank Clark. Kirk Cousins unlikely to be traded as he's not looking to waive his no-trade clause, barring unforeseen circumstances. Well, I think they should trade him. That's just me. But they did win yesterday. They're 2-3. Or 2-4. George Kittle fined almost $13,700 for use of abusive language on the Fuck Dallas shirt. That's ridiculous. And then Kittle said he'd get fined again if he for it. But I think that's ridiculous. Like, absolutely. There's GMs that had a high praise for Caleb, as he says Williams would have been drafted over Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence. Caleb stunk in that Notre Dame game. Stunk. To me, he might be closer to a Trevor Lawrence than Joe Burrow. And I love both those guys. But Caleb was not good the other day. No way. The AP poll is out for college football. I'm going to read it off real quick. 1 through 5, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State, Washington. 6 through 10, Oklahoma, Penn State, Texas, Oregon, UNC. 11 through 15, Alabama, Oregon State, Ole Miss, Utah, Notre Dame. 16 through 20, Duke, Tennessee, USC, LSU, Missouri. 21 through 25, Louisville, Air Force, Tulane, Iowa, UCLA. Others receiving votes: James Madison, Clemson, Florida, Wazoo, Fresno, Liberty, Wyoming, Kentucky, Kansas, Miami, West Virginia, Oklahoma State. Breaking news coming down from baseball right now, coming from Craig Mish. The Miami Marlins and Kim Ng have parted ways. That's terrible. There must have been some turmoil within ownership and Ng to have Kim Ng resign. Kim Ng did a fabulous job this year putting that team together. I'm absolutely appalled at this decision. It's just the stupid freaking Marlins. They're a dysfunctional franchise, and this is why they're the Marlins. They do stupid shit like letting go people that do a great job. Kim Ng was, I thought, an inspiring hire by Derek Jeter before he sold the team. And she did a nice job. There was definitely something that happened between her and ownership that said the ownership, yeah, we need to get rid of her. Absolutely terrible. And I hate this decision by the Marlins. And I do not like to see when teams that overachieve let go of either their managers or general managers. And I thought Skip Shoemaker did an outstanding job this year, too. He should be the National League Manager of the Year. I really disagree with this decision. I understand they lost in the postseason and got swept by the Phillies. But what were you expecting, Marlins, to make the World Series? Give me a fucking break. Like, that's just a terrible decision by them. And we'll see who they hire to replace Kim Ng. And I think Kim Ng will land on her feet. She better get another opportunity because I really like to see more women involved in the game. Bad news for the Brewers. Brandon Woodruff may miss next season as he had surgery on right shoulder repairing the anterior capsule. That's not great for Milwaukee. They need a pitcher, preferably like a 1-year rental. MLB wants baseball at the Olympics as the Players Union and MLB sent joint letters supporting return of baseball and softball in 2028. So we'll see how that goes. The Giants had interviewed Alyssa Nakken, who becomes the first woman ever to officially be considered to manage an MLB team. That's wonderful. Hopefully, she makes it further in this process. Do I expect her to get the job? No. But I do think that the Giants will consider her. And hopefully they hire her. Max Scherzer's on the Texas Rangers ALCS roster, as I predicted he would. As I think the Rangers will win the series in 6 games. And he said he was ready to go too, so it makes sense. Shader Sanders had an interesting Instagram story as his account posted Merck in the middle of Colorado's collapse. And then Coach Prime says the players have to decide, are they in love with this game after blowing that lead. That is an awful look for Colorado. Torey Lovello says that the Diamondbacks are keeping receipts like Coach Sanders, so that's a pretty good comparison. James Harden will play for the 76ers, but he says his relationship with the front office is beyond repair. That's good that he intends to play. It'll be a distraction, though, for sure. Basketball, the Clippers wanted Drew Holiday over James Harden. As Woj reports, the Clippers offered the Blazers more for Holiday than that for Harden. That doesn't shock me. And the Clippers are still eyeing Malcolm Brogdon as they continue to have interest in him amid Harden buzz. And then the Clips Harden offer is not close as the Sixers skeptical that the Clippers will meet their asking price for James Harden. Klay Thompson could hit free agency as there's been absolutely no progress in extension talks with the Warriors. That's according to Woj. He said that last night. The all WNBA team has been announced. All the stars are aligned, obviously. Brianna Stewart, Aja Wilson, Nafisa Collier, Sasu Sabali, and Alyssa Thomas is your first team. Your second team, Chelsea Gray, Sabrina Ionescu, Jewel Lloyd, Neko Gumake, Jackie Young. So that is your all WNBA teams. Congratulations to those ladies. How about Indiana landing a good prospect? 13 overall prospect, Liam McNeely. 5-star small forwards. That's awesome for Indiana. And Mike Woodson. Kion Anthony, who's the son of Carmelo Anthony, visited Florida State, so that's interesting. UConn unveiled their rings, and it has such great detail on it. Conor McGregor was impressed by Denise. As we saw that UFC fight. And Austin Matthews gives a fan a stick. That's very nice. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. All right, for this one, I don't know where to go. There's a couple hockey that I like. Obviously, a few football I like. And then obviously baseball. So, and then there was also a soccer game I liked as well. And that's where I'm actually going to go. 2:45 this afternoon, Netherlands, Greece. I'm going to lay a half unit on it. The Dutch minus 105 against Greece in an international friendly. That's it for today's show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything. We'll have everything tomorrow. We have the portfolio tomorrow, NBA shooting guard rankings as well. Hopefully we get into reality TV from last week as well. Hope you guys have a nice day, everyone.